In this short video today, we'll be looking at everything there is to color balance adjustment layer inside of Affinity. So before starting, if you want to follow along with this tutorial, please find the link for the image in the description. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please hit the subscribe button for more helpful tips and tricks related to Affinity. Now with that said, let's get started with the video. So in order to apply a color balance, basically there are two ways in Affinity. One is simply by navigating below and clicking on this icon and then simply scrolling down and choosing color balance. And the other option is to simply navigate to the top and select pixel menu. And inside of the pixel menu, you can see an option called new adjustment layer. And from the new adjustment layer, we can simply select an option called color balance right here. So after adding color balance or clicking on the color balance option, you can now see that the color balance adjustment layer has been added on top of our existing image inside of the layers panel non-destructively. That is, we can tweak the settings of color balance whenever we want. So now I'll simply click outside first in order to get rid of the color balance box that you just saw. And now I'll simply press the space bar key in the keyboard in order to simply pan our image to the left like so, so that all the effects that we have applied would be much more clear and visible on the left. Now we'll simply navigate to the right and then simply click on the thumbnail of the color balance adjustment layer inside of the layers panel. So after clicking on the color balance adjustment thumbnail, now you can see that we have a color balance adjustment box popped up as soon as we have applied the color balance adjustment layer. So inside of the color balance box, you can see that we have different settings. We'll look into what each of the setting does one by one so that it would be much more clear in terms of understanding of how color balance works. So the first setting that we have is the tonal range. So this basically allows us to select three options, that is shadows, midtones and highlights. So whenever we tweak the settings or apply the color balance inside of our image, it is basically allowing us to select where do we want to have that particular color balance effect to be applied on. So for example, if we want the color balance effect to be applied on the shadow areas right here in this image, we can select the shadow. If we want to apply the midtones areas, then we can select the midtones option. And if we want to select or apply the color balance effect to the highlight areas, we can select the highlight option, which would apply the color balance effect to the highlight portion inside of this image. So I'll start with the midtone option. So I'll simply select the midtone option. After selecting the midtone option, you can see down below that there are different individual settings for our color, and this option also indicates the complementary color for each of the color option. That is, the complement of cyan is red, the complement of magenta is green, and the complement of yellow is blue. Now since our image have a very high warmer tones, let's reduce and fix the balance of our warmer tones. So in order to do that, we'll simply click on the cyan or red slider right here and then drag the slider like so all the way to the left, as you can see here, and it's slowly starting to change the color tones inside of the mid-tone areas of this image. Now similarly, since there are a lot of yellow color tones as well that is dominating this image, we'll simply click on this particular yellow blue slider and then drag the slider all the way to the right like so by simply moving the slider apart or away from the yellow color tones all the way to the blue. So this basically introduces the yellow color tones inside of the midtone areas in this image. And then next we can also play around with the magenta or green option that we have in the middle. So let's simply adjust the slider like so, and now you can see that a green tones has been introduced in the overall image slightly, and we can also play around with the magenta tone like so in order to introduce the magenta tone to our overall image. So I think instead of the green tone, magenta color tones would look much more balanced out in our case. So I'll simply set the value of magenta to somewhere at -5% for now. And next what we'll be doing is we'll change the tonal range option right here. So for the tonal range option, this time we'll select the shadows, since we'll be applying the color balance effect to the shadow areas of this image. So inside of the shadow areas, now let's start by playing the different color options that we have inside of the color balance box. So in order to adjust the color balance, adjust the color option, we'll start with the cyan or red option like before. So since there is a presence of bit of magenta and reddish color tones, let us move from red to cyan option like so. And now you can see the contrast that that has been created after we have moved the slider a bit to the cyan. So we can find the sweet spot always like so. So we do not want too much of the cyan. So I'll set the cyan somewhere at maybe minus 15% for now to give it a balanced contrast look. And the next option that we'll be playing around now is we also want to adjust the yellow color tones available in the shadow areas. So in order to do that, we can simply click on the yellow blue color option slider and then simply adjust the slider like so in order to introduce a pinch of blue tones in those areas. So I'll set the value of the yellow blue option to 12% right here. And the next thing that we have is the option for magenta slash green. So the option for magenta slash green is also valuable since it would allow us to give us much more impressive and unexpected results in our images mostly. So I'll simply click on this magenta and green slider and then adjust the slider like so. And I think I'm really impressed with the magenta tone since it is balancing out well with the yellow and warmer tones in this image. So I'll set the value of magenta slash green option to minus 6%. So in addition to that, we can also tweak the color balance settings next for the highlights option too. So I'll select the highlights tonal range. So it will basically targets the highlight areas now and all the changes for the color balance that will affect only the highlight tonal range in this image. So now we want to add a bit more contrast to this image. So in order to do that, I want to introduce a bit more warmer tones in the highlight areas. So I'll simply click on the cyan or red slider like so, and then drag its slider a bit to the right like so, maybe at 5% for now. And similarly, I want to introduce a bit more yellow color tones as well in the highlight areas. So I'll simply click on the yellow blue slider and drag it like so. And now you can see how well things are balancing out and the overall image is now looking much more contrast compared to how it was before. So we'll check the before and after later. Now the next option that we have is the preserve luminosity option. So what this option basically does is it basically asks us if we want to preserve the brightness and shadows inside of the image whenever we are applying the color balance effect or adjustment layer. So what happens is if we check this preserve luminosity option right here, you'll be able to see that when we tweak different properties or option for the color balance through cyan, magenta, and yellow color tone option right here, it will not affect the brightness as well as the shadows of this particular image, and it will only apply the color balance purely to the color tones of this image. So that is what the preserve luminosity option does. So if we want a dreamy or faded look inside of our image, we can simply check this particular option in this particular image, and whenever we change the color balance option that we have by simply checking the preserve luminosity option, then it will not affect the brightness and shadows property or the luminosity of this particular image and only make changes to the color tones of this particular image. So that is how it works basically. So if you want to go further and make the image much more professional, what we can also do is apply different blend modes. So for example, if I simply select on the blend mode option, and maybe I can select an option of lighten. Now you can see that how dreamy our image is looking a bit compared to how it was before. So this is how we can add a much more professional look to our image. So in addition to that, we can also add furthermore contrast to the image by changing our blend mode to the next category that is best for applying contrast to the image, which is the overlay option, or maybe in this case soft light option, or maybe vivid light or hard light. And now you can see that things are looking much more extreme right now. However, we can adjust the opacity property right here in order to control the intensity of the color balance effect with certain blend modes. So for this one, I'll simply select lighten option because I want that dreamy look in this particular image. So we can also play around with the opacity value. So I'll simply click and adjust the opacity value to a bit at maybe 85% for now for this. So I'll set the opacity to 85%, which would decrease the intensity of the color balance effect a bit. Now, after we are satisfied with everything, at the top of the color balance box, we have also different option. One is the reset option. If we select the reset option, it will simply reset every settings and bring the settings back to its default state by completely undoing the changes that we have done. And if we select the merge option, it will now simply burn the color balance adjustment layer effect inside of our actual background image and make it a single individual layer. So in order to delete, it's the delete option. Now let's close the color balance box in order to commit and check the before and after. So this is the before and this is the after, where it has a much better contrast compared to before. So now I'll use the shortcut key of Command plus 0 in order to fit our image to the screen. And if you're using Windows machine, you can use the shortcut key of Control plus 0. Now this is everything about the color balance adjustment layer that we need to know. And in addition to applying the color balance adjustment layer, in order to adjust the color tones, the other application of the color balance adjustment layer is that we can also fix the color cast problems that we often face of an image. So that is also the next application with the color balance adjustment layer. So I hope you get the concept of how color balance adjustment layer works in Affinity. And if you find this video helpful, please click on the like button, and for more helpful tips and tricks related to Affinity, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching this video and see you on the next video.